From Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Service Electric's TV2 Sports presents Lehigh University men's basketball. Tonight's Patriot League opener features the 7-4 Mountain Hawks entertaining their arch rivals, the 3-8 Lafayette Leopards. A very pleasant good evening and Happy New Year to you. Steve Degler and Rich Baxa at Stable Arena on the campus of Lehigh University. And Rich, it all starts for real tonight in terms of the Patriot League. Lehigh was the pick in the preseason to win the league. Of their 4 losses, it's been at Miami, at Kansas State, at West Virginia. I would say they're probably pretty battle-tested coming into this one tonight. Yeah, this is their best non-league schedule, or wins, I should say, since 2012 and 2013 when they were 10-3. So they're off to a good start there, Steve. The coaches at Lehigh have done a great job of preparing their team in terms of engaging on the offense and the defense and making the necessary corrections so that it can be at their best in the Patriot League. It has been a very tough start to the season for a young Lafayette team under Fran O'Hanlon, who is the Dean of Patriot League coaches. He is in his 24th season, and it's a milestone game for him tonight. His 700th game as the head coach of the Leopards. He has 317 wins overall. His team has dropped 5 of 6, and you talk about some of that youth, Rich. One of the good sophomores on this team is Justin Jaworski. Yeah, Justin Jaworski, only a sophomore, 6'1", shooting guard. He's averaging 12 points a game, 27 threes, 25 assists. One of the 2 double-digit scorers that I like for this reason. He has the ability to score the ball, Steve, in a variety of ways. He can score from in and outside the arc, off the bounce, as well as in transition. In addition to that, he's a good facilitator of the offense. Lehigh coming off a tough road loss at West Virginia over the weekend. The Mountain Hawks, led by head coach Brett Reed, who is in his 12th season, picked up his 200th career win earlier this year in a victory against Marist. Again, they were the pick in the preseason to win the Patriot League. He's got a lot more experience, including his senior guard, Kyle Lafroy. Kyle Lafroy, the 6'3" senior, provides them with a wealth of experience and leadership. Does a great job with the offense, averaging 15 points, 22 threes on the season, shooting a solid 53% from beyond the arc. Obviously, he's one of the go-to players on the offensive end. In addition to scoring, though, he's a great on-the-ball and off-the-ball defender. It is the first of 2 meetings this year in the regular season between the arch rivals. Lehigh has won 6 in a row against the Leopards. We've got the starting lineups and the opening tip from Stable Arena coming your way next on Service Electric. Welcome back to Stable Arena, where tonight's Lehigh-Lafayette game is presented by Northampton and Lehigh County Drug and Alcohol Administrations with the Center for Humanistic Change. Here are the starting lineups. Lafayette coming in at 3-8, as that's the Patriot League opener for both teams. Isaac Suffren is a guard, Justin Jaworski a guard, Alex Petrie, the reigning Patriot League Rookie of the Year, the 3rd guard, Paula Jalise, averaging 13.4 points and 8 rebounds over his last 5 games, and Miles Cherry are the forwards, Cherry with 2 double-doubles on the season. Lehigh comes in 7-4. Kyle Lafroy, a 1,000-point scorer, reaching that mark earlier this year. Lance Tejada is in his 2nd year in the program after transferring from East Carolina. Jordan Cohen having a fine start to the season at guard. James Karnick, a sophomore at center, and Pat Andre, a guy that can stretch the floor as the forward. 34 three-pointers on the year for Andre. Brett Reed's team actually hits 10 threes per game. They are shooting 45% from beyond the arc, 3rd best in the nation. Not a shabby number at all. Been a real strength for them in the past, too, their ability to convert from beyond the arc and having multiple players doing their job from beyond the arc, as we'll get to see them tonight in action against their arch rival from Easton, the Leopards. It is Paulus Jalise for Lafayette, James Karnick for Lehigh, and Donnie Epley has the ball in the air. We're underway with the Mountain Hawks in white controlling, moving from left to right. Lafayette in the maroon, moving from right to left. Leopards open up man-to-man. Lehigh scoring nearly 77 points per game, best in the Patriot League through non-conference play, and they get the first 2 courtesy of Pat Andre. 6'8" junior shows you his ability, Andre, to put it on the deck and take it strong to the glass. Knocked into the backcourt. Possession stays with Lafayette with 21 on the shot clock. Good look at Jalise out of Lithuania, went to the Perkiomen School for a couple of years. Jalise has been playing very good basketball the last 4 or 5 games, Steve. He's got a couple double-doubles in there. Does a nice job on both ends of the court. Little fade is too strong. Andre has the rebound. Pat gets 5.5 boards to go along with his 15 points. Tejada pulls up inside the key, a little short, and a rebound for the 6'7" Jalise. Petrie passes up the 3 as Lehigh in a man-to-man. Petrie, a very dangerous shooter. Had 68 threes last year as a freshman. Shot clock at 10. Jaworski, quick trigger, knocks it down to give the Leopards their first lead.
Jaworski, we talked about in our open, deadly from beyond the arc. Sophomore's playing like a senior.
That is his 28th three of the season. And a foul away from the ball. It'll be on Cherry. His first, team first.
Leopards first.
Donnie Epley is the referee tonight. The umpires are Alfred Smith and Greg Evans. Off the inbound, Karnick keeps the pivot foot down and scores with the left hand.
Nice job of the 6'4" sophomore with the good footwork there and the good use of the left hand.
Cherry forced to pick up the dribble. Jaworski, left wing this time, off the mark. Another rebound for Andre, his second. Chad Andre out of Colts Neck, New Jersey, all-time leading scorer at Christian Brothers Academy. And a little miscommunication with Tejada. Lehigh commits its first turnover. Brett Reed had his team lose at West Virginia Sunday, out-rebounded by the Mountaineers 52-25. He said they were manhandled a little bit by a much bigger, stronger, and deeper team. Jalise left open, knocks down his third three. He was 2 for 12 coming in.
Yeah, Paul is showing you he has some range with that jump shot, and as I said before, his offense and defense has improved drastically over the last 2 weeks.
Lafayette can fill it up from beyond the arc as well, making 8 per game. Andre inside, not where he always patrols, but effective as he has his second bucket of the game.
Andre doing a nice job in the low post with the baby hook.
Jaworski kicks it back out. Jalise can't make it 2 in a row. Rebound knocked away from Miles Cherry. It'll stay with Lafayette.
You're going to see the Leopards run a nice offense, and it's geared to their offense is based on timing as well as spacing. They do a good job of spreading the court. You'll see the spacing and the timing is so important in terms of those ball screens that they like to set. You saw 2 set there for their scores.
Cherry steps out. Short with the 3. James Karnick has the rebound. Lefroy looking for some transition, gets right by Jaworski, but too strong with the left hand. Jaworski back the other way. Skips it for Petrie. Long 3 is off the iron. Offensive rebound for Cherry. Petrie a little closer, can't convert. Third rebound for Andre.
2 good looks, just couldn't get it to fall. That's been the problem for the Leopards this season, Steve. Inconsistency on the offensive end.
Karnick tries to work his way around Cherry, and he does so with benefit of a travel. Second turnover on Lehigh. Brett Reed has liked the way his team has played in long stretches of its non-league schedule. That 4th loss against a very good Yale team on the road in a shootout up in New Haven. So Yale, West Virginia, Kansas State, and Miami, the 4 losses for Lehigh. There's Cherry with an illegal screen on the handoff. He is called for his second, team foul number 2. And Fran O'Hanlon will go quickly to his bench, bringing in Sean Good, a 6'2" freshman out of Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. 6'10", 200 pounds for Good. Had a great career at Trinity High School, one of the top boys programs in the mid-state. Put to the test right away as Karnick barrels his way in and misses the half hook.
Everything but the basket. Nice position, good strong move to the window, but didn't finish.
Suffren drops it off for Jalise. Petrie does not miss this time. Bit of a slow start, 30% from beyond the arc, but he used the screen there and knocks down his first 3 of the night.
Well, that explains why he's the reigning Rookie of the Year.
Offensive foul on Lehigh. Tejada commits the foul. That is his first, and it's the first on the Mountain Hawks. They've turned it over 3 times in the first. 4:14. 15:46 to go. First half. 9-6 Lafayette in front. 9-6 Lafayette in front. 15:46 to play in the first half here at Stable Arena, where we send out a special welcome to all the fans watching tonight's Service Electric broadcast on the Patriot League Network. More than 300 basketball games will be available live on the Patriot League Network this season, as nearly every home non-league and league game for all 10 schools will be broadcast. For more information on the Patriot League Network, visit patriotleague.tv. I would highly encourage it if you want to keep track of what's going on in basketball, men's and women's, this winter. It's a great place to see all the teams at patriotleague.tv. Lafayette with the ball, up by 3.
Good ball and player movement.
Lafayette's 3 for 7 from beyond the arc for all of its points, 0 for 2 inside the arc. Lucas Jarrett, number 23, is checked in for the Leopards out of Northport, New York. Shot clock at 7 as Jalise drives. Misses the shot. The rebound gets tipped over the backboard, last touched by Jalise. They'll get replaced here as Dylan Hastings will check in for the Leopards. Hastings out of the Lancaster area, a 6'8 sophomore. And Tyrone Perry out of Florida is in. Perry, number 3, a 6'1 freshman for Lehigh. We get our first look at freshman Nick Lynch out of Seattle. 6'11", averaging 5 points, 4 rebounds per game. And Jamero Wilson, a freshman out of Chicago, wearing number 1, is in the game. Lefroy down the lane, able to get his first bucket.
Nice job of Lefroy using the bounce to get to the glass for the easy basket. Defense kind of took a break that time. No help in recovery by the Leopards.
E.J. Stevens with the ball, also checking in during the timeout. He's from Plantation, Florida, wearing number 20. Foul on the Mountain Hawks. This will be their second. It'll be Kyle Lefroy getting the whistle. For the Mountain Hawks, Caleb Bennett, a sophomore out of St. Joseph, Missouri, will check in, replacing Jordan Cohen. And interestingly, through 5+ minutes, Rich, Lehigh, which is one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country, has not taken one. I have a feeling that's going to change very soon. Hastings cut off on the baseline. Good help defense. Shot clock at 7. Long 3 for Perry is off the mark. Bennett has the rebound, and his outlet pass is knocked out of bounds by Perry.
Good effort by Perry to take away the possible transition basket by the Mountain Hawks.
Sean Good back in, replacing Hastings.
Both coaches will go to the bench often and early. They both feel they have the depth to do so.
Lefroy off a little curl, had nowhere to go. Pulls up just inside the lane, does not get the friendly bounce. Rebound last touch by Wilson, possession to Lafayette.
Mountain Hawks are getting some good looks. They're making some nice dribble drives, getting into the paint area, just not getting the basketball to fall their way right now.
Lafayette has made 1 of its last 7 field goal attempts. All of their points coming on 3s thus far. Looking inside, Good gave up the shot for an extra pass. Baseline jumper by Jarrett, no good. The offensive rebound. Perry wide open, rattles the 3 in and out. And it's boarded by Lynch. Again, some good looks for the Leopards.
Nice player, as I said, in ball movement. They keep the spacing and the timing necessary for that offense to work.
Good movement here by Lehigh. Tejada pulls up, in and out. Good with the rebound. Leopards looking to push. Lehigh gets back on defense.
Good transition D that time by the Mountain Hawks.
Stevens out front to a wide open Jaworski. That's like a layup for him. Nearly 2.5 minutes without a bucket. They knocked down their 4th 3 of the half.
Nice job of making the right pass as they swing the ball around in their offensive set. Jaworski with the good hands on the defensive end.
With the steal, Jarrett the reverse, and the lead is a half dozen.
Jarrett Lucas showing you his ability to get to the window and score.
Lehigh averaging 14 turnovers a game, already with 4 in the first 7 minutes. Lefroy, too strong with the jumper. Perry has the board off the carom. Perry with the fake, pulls up inside the arc, knocks down another one, and Brett Reed needs a timeout as Lafayette has all of a sudden caught fire, and that is 7 straight points for the Leopards. They take their biggest lead thus far, 16-8. Will step aside as well. 12 minutes and 30 seconds to play. First half, Lafayette has doubled up the Mountain Hawks. Look at the Lafayette bench. Leopards on a 7-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds, leading by 8, mostly on the perimeter, Rich, but right now the shots are beginning to fall for Lafayette.
They're doing a nice job in running their offense. They're not taking bad shots. They show the patience and the poise on the offensive end, Steve, in terms of their ability to make the defense run, taking the ball from one side of the court to the other, keeping that spacing that's so necessary, I talked about, and burying the jumpers from beyond the arc. They are a streaky shooting team, but once they dial in, they can be very dangerous.
Brett Reed using a timeout, 7.5 minutes in. His team 4 for 10 from the field, 4 turnovers already. Andre is back in. It's Marcus Wilson with the ball. He is checked in. Joining Cohen and Karnick out there. And now Karnick travels for the second time, and it's the 5th Lehigh turnover of the half.
And Cohen did a nice job of using the bounce to get Karnick the ball off a little two-man game they've created, but Karnick shuffled those feet prior to the shot, so he picks up another turnover.
Right now, when he can, Fran O'Hanlon is using Sean Good on defense and bringing Lucas Jarrett into play offense.
Nice.
Stevens backdoor. Offensive foul called against the Leopards.
Nice backdoor cut. Better defense that time by the Mountain Hawks. Nice job there by Karnick to get in position. On the back cut, you'll see he's outside the arc in good legal guarding position to draw the charge. Nicely done.
And with the dead ball and Lafayette going on defense, Good is back in. Jalise is out this time. Full court pressure as Jarrett knocks it away. Lehigh scoreless over the last 3 minutes and 8 seconds, trailing by 8.
Leopards in a full court man-to-man press. Containment type press though.
Here's Cohen. 12 points, 4 rebounds a game, 47 assists, 4 per contest.
They got to get a nice rhythm into their offense.
Wilson, Karnick, Andre, Bennett, and Cohen. Andre able to step through after catching the pass, and he'll head to the line where he shoots 77%.
Andre, good seal on the backside. Lob pass got there. It's a dangerous pass, but as he made his move to the window, he'll pick up 2 at the stripe.
5 points now for Andre. The foul was on Stevens, his second. Jaworski back in, along with Petrie and Jalise.
Both coaches trying to keep their players fresh early in this one. 11:40 left in the first.
6 points for Andre. Lehigh within 6. Backdoor cut, Petrie. Left hand reverse, couldn't get it to fall. 4th board for Andre.
Nice offensive set that time by the Leopards, just didn't finish.
Wilson turns it over. 6 now on Lehigh. Again, the Mountain Hawks have not taken a three-pointer. They average 10 makes a game. Jalise on the baseline. He travels. 3rd Lafayette turnover. So, Rich, what are we seeing at this end for Lehigh on offense? Is Lafayette just coming out, forcing Lehigh to put the ball on the floor and not being able to spot up and shoot those threes?
That's part of it, too. And I think the other part, though, is that Lehigh wants to attack inside. I think they feel they have the skilled players, Steve, to take you down low and finish. And as we noted, they had some nice inside offense, just some violations, some walking, some missed opportunities 2-3 feet from the basket. So a combination of the two, making it difficult for Lehigh to get back into a nice rhythm on the offensive end.
Cohen nearly lost it.
3-ball would help right about now.
Cohen gets around Jaworski, kicks it out front, wide open. Andre. Nice call, coach. Had Andre's 35th of the year.
That young man can dial in too. If good 3-ball shooter. Nice give and go there.
Petrie had it knocked away by Lynch. You know, so many times you see teams play outside in. Lehigh that time played inside out with Cohen getting the ball down low.
And most coaches would rather go that way, Steve, inside out. But when you're so efficient as the Leopards are, they work from outside in and are very successful, have been very successful in the course of Fran O'Hanlon's career, 24 years as a head coach.
Jaworski coming off a series of screens, gets an easy layup. He has 8 points.
That's not going to set well with Brett Reed. Too easy.
5-point game. Wilson, strong drive left side, his first points.
Wilson did a good job with the bounce. Good use of the left hand. His body protected the basketball from the defender. Got 2 on the board.
Had 3 lead changes early. Lafayette has led by as many as 8. Little pitch and catch. Jalise, tough runner off the give and go.
Little teardrop by the big guy on the baseline. Has a nice soft touch there. Jalise puts 2 more up for the Leopards.
He has 5. That is the lead. Cohen going inside. Listed at 6'1". Played much bigger than that on that drive.
Both teams warming up now on the offensive end.
Petrie averaged 15 a game as a freshman. He'll pass and go through.
Oh, nice pass again.
Inside, the layup by Jalise rolls off the rim. Lehigh a chance to tie. Andre somehow got it to go off the glass.
Used every bit of that 6'8" frame, Andre, to kiss it off the window. Nicely done.
I'm not sure he was thinking shot the whole time there, but at some point he had to do something. He has 11, made his last 4 shots. Jaworski catch and shoot, buries another 3. He's got 11.
Unofficially, I have him 3 for 3 from the perimeter. That's how good that young man is. Only a sophomore, but as I said, has a sweet touch from beyond the arc.
It's 5 threes for the Leopards. They make 8 per game. Andre posting. Lynch away from the ball, called for the push-off, and Lehigh will turn it over. It's the first on Lynch, 3rd on the team.
It wasn't the best offensive set for the Mountain Hawks. We had people standing around, and there you'll see everyone's standing around now. There's no movement, and Lynch is trying to get some position inside, and as a result of it, the 6'11" Frosh picks up the foul inside.
Big emphasis for officials this year on how guys post up and how they're played defensively in the post. You can't use a stiff arm, in essence, to ward off your defender when you're posting. Your elbows must be bent.
You can keep it in close to the body. You are absolutely correct, and that way it's legal. You extend it, it's a violation.
And it's pretty automatic.
Yes.
Jarrett, another 3. They are lighting it up right now.
He's got to put a body on that young man. The 6'1" sophomore is showing you why Coach Fran O'Hanlon is high on this young man's ability to score the ball.
He was just 2 for 11 from the arc coming in. 6 made 3s for Lafayette. Lefroy tried to loft it for Lynch, turned it over.
Numbers.
Jaworski, great over-the-head bounce pass. And on the finish, it's Petrie.
And Petrie with the good catch and finish. Nice transition offense by the Leopards to extend their lead now back to 9.
Talked about Jaworski leading the team in assists with 25. That was a beautiful pass in transition. Tejada passes it out to Cohen. He's wide open, can't make the 3. Rebound for Kyle Stout, the local product out of Parkland High School, who's checked in. Stout with the ball.
And his offense has improved tremendously since last year.
Shooting numbers have gone way up. Jalise, little jab step, fade away off the contact on Lynch, but he can't make the shot. Lehigh down 9, biggest lead for the Leopards. Andre has 11 of the 19 Lehigh points. Lynch, nice move inside.
Nice job of getting the bigs an opportunity to score in that low post area. Good recognition, getting Lynch an opportunity to shoot that baby hook.
Stout goes down in the post. Jaworski, quick return to Jalise. Shot clock at 7 for Petrie. Jarrett using him as a screen, hits another three.
Alex Petrie, 3-point basket.
10-point lead for the Leopards. 7 makes from beyond the arc. Lehigh turns it over again on the drive.
Sloppy offense on the offensive end for the Mountain Hawks. Let's see if the Leopards can take advantage of it. Failed to do so.
Jaworski was open. Cohen trailing in transition. A big hoop for the Mountain Hawks. Lead down to 7. 5 points for Cohen.
Shoots about 48% from beyond the arc, so a nice setup for the young man to get a good look and bury his first triple of the evening.
Junior out of Tarzana, California. Jarrett with 8 points off the bench. Skips one for Stout. They knock down another one.
Yeah, Kyle Stout is shooting the ball, as I said, with a lot more confidence, and obviously it shows in terms of his numbers that he's putting up this season compared to last season.
Could I just go back to the 1960s? Pat Andre with a hook shot.
Going away from the basket, too, not coming into it.
Offensive foul called on Jalise. That is his first team foul, number 5. Lafayette on fire from beyond the arc. They've made 8 of 15, and the Leopards in front of Lehigh, 34-26. Lehigh held a couple of leads early on and has been all Lafayette since then. Leopards up by as many as 10. Lehigh now within 8, and you wonder, can Lafayette, Rich, continue to shoot the ball like it has thus far? 8 for 15 from beyond the arc.
They're doing a good job with their motion offense, and again, the spacing and the timing has been excellent, and they're getting good looks, and they're getting their scorers. A key to that, Steve, is you're getting the people who can score the ball in a position to do so.
Season high 3-pointers for Lafayette came in the season opener at St. Peter's when they knocked down 14.
A little press set now by the Leopards.
Tejada avoids that trap just across midcourt.
Hastings out on the point there on that press set.
Tejada with a deep 3, knocks it down, found an open spot.
That's a good sign to get Tejada into the offense.
Lafayette answers right back. Hastings with the bucket down low.
Too easy. Brett Reed's not going to be happy with those easy baskets in transition.
Hastings becomes the 7th Leopard to score here in the first half. Lehigh has had 7 score.
We're looking at a little 1-3-1, Steve. 1-3-1 zone now. They're trapping on the wings at times or in the corners. We'll see if it's a matchup type or just a straight 1-3-1.
And it can be a dangerous zone against a team like Lehigh. If you don't make your rotations, they're going to get some open threes.
Now they switch back to man.
But if you play it right, you can get some turnovers or force some really difficult shots. 10 to shoot here. Wilson.
The right pass.
Lehigh starting to heat it up as Caleb Bennett knocks it down.
6'5" sophomore dialed in.
Lafayette turns it over as Hastings touched it last. We've got a timeout. Lehigh trying to answer back here. 3:58 to play in the first half. Mountain Hawks still trail by 4. Lafayette led by 10 a couple of moments ago. Lehigh has roared back to get within 4. With 3:58 to play in the first half, it is the opening night of Patriot League play. Elsewhere, Army all over Bucknell. You don't see that too often. 23-7, Black Knights in front, and Boston a point better than American, 24-23 in the first half. Next up for Lehigh, we're back here Sunday at 2 o'clock against the Loyola Greyhounds right here on Service Electric.
See an American score there, Steve. We've got Sam Iorio, the sophomore, now playing some of his best basketball in his early career there at American, as the Eagles are picked to be in the middle of the pack. But Sam's having a good year early in the season.
Well away from the ball. Caleb Bennett called for a foul. That's his first, Lehigh's fourth. Mountain Hawks 10 turnovers, 4 shy of their game average. Tyrone Perry to the bench. Lafayette in maroon will have Jaworski out there, along with Jalise, Stout, Jarrett, and Petrie, who has the ball.
Good motion, good movement.
And a foul on Bennett, picks up 2 in quick order. 5th on the Mountain Hawks.
The Leopards do a really good job of using the entire court. They have good spacing. They make the defense run. By that I mean they're constantly taking the ball from one side of the court to the other, making again the defense to make those adjustments. They have good use of ball screens.
Lefroy back in, replacing Bennett.
Well coached.
Fran O'Hanlon has won several Patriot League titles, been to the NCAA tournament 3 occasions, and there's Jarrett. 10 off the bench for a guy who averages 4.5 a game.
Nice sequence. Everybody got to touch the basketball. Ended up with a good look and finish.
That's how you win games like this on the road. When you're an underdog, you need some people to
step up,
do more than they normally do. Tejada figures, why not? You're not going to come out and get me? Lehigh has now made 10 of its last 11 shots.
And Tejada, you can see why he was a preseason All-Patriot League pick. Good outside shooter.
Stout buries his second.
That's 2 for 2 for Kyle. Does a nice job again in relocating.
You know he's got some fans here tonight. A short drive from his home of Schnecksville. Tejada off the dribble this time. Around and out, looking for a foul. Stout with the rebound. Petrie finds Jalise. Jarrett's had the hot hand, will try it again. Too strong off the window.
Nice job of Jarrett Lucas getting in there, just couldn't get it to fall. Both teams now straight up man-to-man.
Lefroy misses the pull-up. Jaworski with the rebound as we're under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Jaworski running the point this time. Eight to shoot. Jaworski deep. In and out.
That looked good from where we were.
7 rebounds now for Andre.
That's nice.
Wilson. Good defense by Jarrett, and then a foul on the rebound on Jamero Wilson. That is his first, team foul number 6 on the Mountain Hawks. Cohen and Karnick return for Lehigh.
Lehigh foul number 1, Jamero Wilson, his first, team 6.
You know that Brett Reed will not be happy that his team has allowed 41 first half points.
It's a game of adjustments, and we'll see that in the second half. But right now, the Leopards are doing a good job running their offense.
Well, conventional thinking is that there's no way Lafayette will shoot like this the whole game, but you never know. Jalise draws the foul on Marcus Wilson. His first, 7th on the team. First free throws of the game for the Leopards.
Mentioned Jalise getting better and better in the last 4 or 5 games. Coaches are high on his performance on both ends of the court, especially on the offensive end. Picked up a couple of double-doubles in the past week. So the offense is coming around, and the young man's responding.
Lafayette is at 75% as a team, 22nd best in the country. 6 points now for Jalise. Their last game was December 21st, a tough 2-point loss to Princeton. And Jalise had 20 points and 10 rebounds in that game against the Tigers.
They played well that night. They just came up a tad short at the end of the game, but certainly things are starting to come into play on both the offense and defensive end for the Leopards. And Coach Fran O'Hanlon had that time frame from the break with Princeton until this game, tie some loose ends up on both ends of the court, and it seems like the Leopards have responded in a very positive way as they are enjoying now an 8-point lead in the final minute of this basketball half.
Talked to Coach O'Hanlon briefly before the game, and he said, we're young, but we better grow up fast. And they're playing a good first half tonight.
Yes, they are.
Karnik lost it again. He's turned it over 3 times, and Lehigh will commit a foul that sends Lafayette to the line. So it has been a tough first 20 minutes for the Patriot League favorites.
Number 31, Pat Andre, his
first on Andre, 8th on the team. Lucas Jarrett to the line, where he is 9 for 9 this year.
Shooting 1 and 1.
That's his first miss. Got a 4-second differential between the clocks. Lehigh down 8. Andre pops up off that 1-4 low look. Cohen to a jump stop. Tough shot. And he and Karnik cancel one another out. Perry rescues Suffren. Stout, too strong. And Jarrett thought maybe he was fouled on the putback attempt, but there is no whistle, and that is the end of the first half. Lehigh led 2-0, 4-3. We were tied at 6. It has been all Lafayette from that point on as the Leopards shoot the lights out in the first 20 minutes here at Stable Arena, looking for an early Patriot League season upset. At the break in Bethlehem, the Leopards 43, Lehigh 35. Lafayette by 8 at the break. Here are some of the first half highlights.
Get a good look at the Leopards, how they run their offense. Now the 3-ball is a major component of that. We're getting a good look at a number of players knocking down the 3-ball for the Leopards. That time Jarrett shows you he has range. Again, they do a good job of distributing the basketball. Kyle Stout showing you he's a much improved 3-ball shooter. Obviously, the Mountain Hawks have people that can knock it down from beyond the arc. We're getting a good look there at number 5. That's Lance Tejada. Has the range and the skill set to knock it down. Cohen showing you his ability to take you to the glass and finish in traffic. They're going to need more of that to cut into this lead this second half.
Both teams shooting 48% or better from the field. Lafayette 9 of 18 from the arc. Lehigh made 5 of 7. Most of the game was on the perimeter, so only 5 free throws in the first half. Those last 2 columns certainly are going to have to change a little bit for Lehigh to be able to come back and win here in the second half.
Yeah, the turnovers, we talked about that, and Leopards got a good job, did a good job of getting points out of their bench play, outscoring the Mountain Hawks 20-7.
And 10 of those 20 points off the bench coming from Lucas Jarrett. He averages 4.5 points per game. Jaworski with 11 and 3 assists. Kyle Stout hit 2 from beyond the arc. And Petrie just 5 in the game. He averages 14 per contest. Pat Andre with 13 of the 35 for Lehigh. Tejada had 6. James Karnik in 7 minutes had 2 points, turned it over 3 times. And Kyle Lafroy coming in averaging 15 points per game, held to 2 points. So you would think some things for Lehigh are going to change for the better in half number 2.
Yeah, the scorers have to get in touch with the offense in terms of the rhythm and looking for the best shot to get those people in a position where they can knock it down, either outside the arc or in the post areas. Get a good look at Brett Reed as he gets his Mountain Hawks ready for the second half.
Lafayette in maroon moves from left to right, has the first possession of the half. Jalise Jaworski out there along with Petrie. Jaworski's drive blocked by Karnik.
Nice defense by Karnik.
Suffren and Cherry, the other 2 out there for the Leopards. Lehigh in white moving right to left has Karnik, Cohen, Lafroy, Andre, and Tejada on the floor.
Leopards stay man-to-man.
Lehigh's last lead was 4-3. Lafroy behind the back bounce pass. Tejada gets the bigger Cherry to bite. They go inside to Karnik, and he has his second bucket.
Nice extra pass in that set, Steve. Everybody gets a touch, and then, again, they get the good look and the finish.
Block foul on Lehigh.
Lehigh foul on number 13.
Karnik will pick up the personal, his first.
Good offensive set, as I said, by the Mountain Hawks. Suffering at the stripe, he'll get a chance to shoot 2.
Freshman out of Charlotte, North Carolina. His first point of the night. 67% from the stripe. Lafayette starting Suffren, a freshman. Petrie and Jaworski are sophomores. Cherry is a junior. Jalise the only senior in the starting lineup. Lead back to 8. First minute of play in the second half.
Tejada will set the O, along with Lefroy.
Going off a high screen. Slams on the brakes. Looks for a cutter, and it's knocked away from Andre. Lafayette thinking the ball last touched by Andre, but Lehigh will keep it.
Nice strong cut by Andre to the glass, but better defense for the deflection. Tejada will put it in play.
Lefroy back out to Tejada, and he buries his third 3. 5-point game. 6 made 3s for Lehigh. Jaworski trying to answer back. That is short. Karnik up high for the rebound.
Good transition D by the Leopards, not allowing the Mountain Hawks to get into any rhythm with the transition offense.
Andre, quick release. He's got 16, and just like that, Lehigh is within 2.
Getting the scorers the basketball in a position where they're comfortable.
Petrie around and out, and on the rebound, a foul against Lehigh. I believe it's Cohen who nudged Jalise out of the way. It's his first, team second.
Yeah, that's 6'1" against 6'7", so he tried to use his body to keep him away from the basket. You'll see it here on the rebound. He picks up the foul.
Jalise will turn and face, fire over Andre, and convert. Paulus Jalise with 9.
Continues to show that confidence that coach was talking about in terms of his skill set on the offensive end.
Tejada with a tough catch on the wing. Lefroy, look out now. Lehigh got some space and knocked down another 3.
Good movement, good offensive set, and again, good recognition by the Mountain Hawks.
They're trading 3 for 2. Petrie has his own answer. He has 8. Lead back to 4.
Both teams operating the offense from beyond the arc.
Cohen kicks it to the corner. Lefroy, not this time. And a foul on Lehigh on the weak side. That is Karnik.
Cohen does a nice job, Steve, of the dribble drive penetration. He gets the defense to collapse, and that'll gives him an opportunity then to kick it out to one of the scorers lining up or setting up beyond the arc.
Cohen will check out for the Mountain Hawks. Caleb Bennett replaces him. Lafayette brings E.J. Stevens into the game. He gets Suffren. Jalise uncontested. He's in double figures with 11.
Miscommunication on the defense. Jalise takes full advantage of it. Nicely done.
Lead back to 6. Tejada somehow kept that pivot foot down. Can't finish. Karnik, offensive rebound, misses the putback. Lehigh did not have an offensive rebound in the first half. Missed a couple of in-close opportunities there. Jalise fouled by Andre. That is his second, already the 4th on the team.
Nice little ball fake by Jalise there again. And you see the contact on the dribble drive.
Cherry reverses.
Little two-man game. Jaworski to Sure, he did a good job of just recognizing the entry pass off a little bounce.
Jaworski, a guy who took a long time deciding where he was going to play his college basketball. There were a lot of Division II schools in the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference who were really high on him, and he waited it out. Lafayette came calling, and he has responded as Bennett knocks down a 2.
It's a good sign to get Bennett also involved in the offense.
Petrie, a little up fake. Another block foul called on Lehigh. It's Karnick's 3rd, 5th on the team. We've got a timeout. 15:38 to play, second half. Free throws for the Leopards when we come back. Mountain Hawks trying to shoot their way back into this one, but they still trail by 6. Sue Troyan's team getting ready to open up Patriot League play. Sitting with her husband, Fran, successful softball coach here at Lehigh. She's got a good group of juniors and a very talented freshman class this year. They're off to a solid start. All home games for the Mountain Hawks and Patriot League play can be seen right here on Service Electric and the Patriot League Network. And there's a look at some of the players who, on semester break,
On the line for Lafayette.
come out to watch the men's team play.
21, Alex Petrie, shooting 2.
Petrie to the line, 77%.
Barry's the first. Let's see if he can give it a buddy.
Lehigh got within 1. Lafayette pulling back the other direction. Back up by 8, which was the halftime difference. Kyle Stout replaces Petrie, who goes to the bench with 10 points.
Little containment type press out. It looks like they're back in that 1-3-1 now, Steve. Yep.
They've got Sean Good in the middle of that 1-3-1. The 6'10 freshman.
They got Jarrett at 6'7 at the point.
And a kick ball on Jarrett. Shot clock will go to 20 for Lehigh. 20 to shoot.
They got some size and length. They're very long in that 1-3-1. Trying to take away the perimeter game. Corners are viable.
Tejada just kept the dribble alive and got a layup.
That's the best way to beat it. Off the bounce and take it strong to the glass, and help wasn't there. A quick deuce.
11 for Tejada. Jamero Wilson's in for Lehigh. Stout has the ball for Lafayette. That ball was double tipped. Bennett got it first, Stevens last, and possession to Lehigh.
Nice job of Bennett getting in the passing lane, causing that turnover. Good anticipation on his part.
Perry, Jolie, Stevens, Stout, and Jarrett for Lafayette. Tejada, Jamero Wilson, Lefroy, Andre, and Bennett for Lehigh. Mountain Hawks with the ball, down by 6. Lefroy into the paint. Can't get the shot to go, but he'll head to the line for the first time tonight.
A nice job of Lehigh setting the baseline screen to get their 1,000-point scorer coming into this evening contest. He has over 1,000 points, I believe roughly 1,155. But nice job of getting him an opportunity to come off that baseline screen for the catch and drive.
First on Stout, first on the team. 6 for Lefroy.
.91% from the stripe.
He's pretty good from the line. Been pretty consistent throughout his career.
Yes. Jaworski back in.
Lehigh has crawled to within 4. Jarrett, 10 points off the bench in the first half. Moves very well without the ball. 10 to shoot for the Leopards. On the switch, Wilson picks up Stevens. 2 to shoot. Jalise gets it away, and shot clock violation. Shot didn't count anyway, or shot didn't go anyway, and it would not have counted as Lehigh's defense locked down there.
That's good team defense. On the ball and off the ball defense. Nicely done.
Mountain Hawks were within a point at 47-46. Bennett with the pump fake, puts it on the floor, finds Jamero Wilson. Beautiful drive and feed.
Good move by Jamero Wilson. Bailed out his teammate there as he made a nice little cut, inside cut for the layup.
2-point game. First bucket for the freshman out of Chicago.
Nice backdoor. Good ball reversal, getting the defense to run, but there's no one over there.
Lehigh forces another turnover.
Jarrett thought someone was coming out off the baseline and no one came there. There's a nice move, the good jump stop, and then the smart move by his teammate there as Wilson makes the little cut for the easy layup. Good execution.
Last time we were tied, 6-6. Last Lehigh lead, 4-3. One or the other could happen this time down the floor.
Good
Bennett
step back.
Ties the game.
Khalid Bennett does a nice job of the step back jump shot, but there's an answer on the other end.
And Lafayette's done that all night.
Stevens, Steve, that put 3 more on the board.
They just don't seem to let Lehigh keep the momentum too long. Good answer by the Leopards. Lefroy on the drive. He is fouled and will head back to the line.
You're right about that, Steve. Leopards have done a good job of answering every time the Mountain Hawks make a run. They've had an answer on the offensive end.
Foul was on Dylan Hastings. That is his first, team second.
At the line for Lehigh, number 2, Kyle Lefroy.
7 points for Lefroy. Lehigh, like Lafayette, shoots 75% from the line. Jalise back in, Hastings out for the Leopards. And we're tied for the third time tonight. Marcus Wilson will replace Lefroy, who has scored 7 of his 9 in the half as he takes a break. Petrie cutting back door, nothing there. Good movement on the perimeter, using the handoff. Jalise on Marcus Wilson, 5 on the shot clock.
Size advantage there. Jalise knowing that, taking full advantage of it as he buries a little step back J.
He is 13. Lafayette retakes the lead. Bennett from just beyond the foul line catches the heel. Jarrett the rebound. A stop for the Leopards. Jaworski thought about it. Petrie pulls the trigger. Good position by Andre to get the rebound. That is his 9th. Tejada on the pass off is fouled by Stevens. And we've got a timeout. That's the 3rd on Stevens, 3rd on the team. 11:31 to play, second half at Stable Arena. Lafayette 60, Lehigh 58. Lehigh trailed by 8 at halftime. Mountain Hawks have tied the game a couple of times here in the second half. They have not taken the lead since early on, but they've gotten a spark off the bench, Rich, from sophomore Caleb Bennett, both scoring and being able to set up his teammates here in the second half.
Yeah, Bennett does a nice job there with a little step back baseline J. Good movement again. Nice and comfortable. Stepping back, shooting that jump shot, creating some space, a little separation there. The good ball fake then, and then the cut by his teammate, getting him, Wilson, making a nice little cut. So good 2-man game created by Bennett. Also, Wilson the recipient of the nice dump down pass.
7 points for Bennett, 3 of 4 from the field. His team down 2. Lehigh will have it out of bounds on the baseline. Both teams continue to shoot it exceptionally well. Lafayette in the second half, 6 of 10 from the field. Lehigh 8 of 12. 8 of 13 as Bennett has it blocked by Jarrett. His 57th career block shot that moves him into 11th place in Lafayette history.
Good timing by Jarrett there. That was all ball. Leopards continue to run that efficient offense in the perimeter.
Suffering, cut off by Tejada. Nice little backdoor cut, reverse layup. Jarrett will fall in. Jarrett with a dozen. They're going to give it to Hastings, pardon me, on the tip-in. So 4 for Hastings.
Nice effort by Hastings for the tip-in. Nice movement by Jarrett to get to the rack.
Jamero Wilson swatted away, and a foul called on Lafayette. Helping out and getting the personal is Suffren. That is his first. It's the 4th on the team. Pat Andre back in for Lehigh, replacing Nick Lynch. $16 points for Andre, 31 his season high. Came against Monmouth in a return home for him. Stripped away and stolen.
Good help defense there for the deflection.
14 Lehigh turnovers. Suffering in some traffic, avoided the turnover.
Nice ball fake, made the extra pass, ends up in a 3-ball.
And he kept moving. His first field goal, he's got 5 points. Brett Reed thought for sure there was a turnover. No whistle, the lead is 7.
Fernando Hanlon's getting some solid bench play, Steve, out of his Leopards.
Foul called on Tyrone Perry. It's his first, 5th on the team. Lefroy back in for Lehigh, replacing Bennett. Suffren knocking down his 3rd 3 of the year. He was 2 for 16 coming in. Another foul on Lafayette. They're beginning to mount now. Hastings picks up his second, 6 on the team. So Lehigh shooting the rest of the way, trying to snap a 7-0 Lafayette run. Tejada, nice move, can't finish, however. Perry the rebound.
Nice push by the Leopards, better defense by the Mountain Hawks.
Hastings fouled by Andre. The basket does not count. Pat Andre will pick up his 3rd. 6 on the Mountain Hawks.
Ideally, anytime you can get the defensive player coming at you is the best time to take him to the basket. That was a good example of it right there, where the defense was trying to recover to help. Good decision to show the ball, get the defense to commit, and then take it strong to the window.
Jared heads out for the Leopards. Perry at the point.
Double high post now. Ball screens.
Suffren had it knocked away by Wilson with 6 on the shot clock.
Suffren trying to create some offense there off the bounce. Left his feet. Was fortunate to get the deflection by the Mountain Hawks. So the Leopards will maintain possession.
The shot clock dwindling here. Petrie back in for the Leopards.
6 on the clock.
Hastings short with his hook shot. Jamero Wilson had it knocked out of bounds by Jalise. He does not agree. Lehigh gets a stop, down by 7. Lefroy, a little 2-man game with Andre. Now Wilson joins the party. The freshman barrels in, misses the layup, stays with it, gets the putback.
Good second chance opportunity he created for himself by his hustle. Nicely done.
Under 9 to play, 5-point game.
Need to stop here.
Perry will reset with 12 to shoot. Lehigh switching the screen. Perry kicks to a wide open Stout. Made 2 in the first half, not here. Andre gets the rebound, his 10th. He has a double-double. Wilson driving, draws the contact, and will go to the line.
Marquise does a nice job there, doesn't settle for the jump shot, puts the basketball on the deck and takes it strong and draws the foul. Earned a trip to the stripe for 2.
3rd on Hastings, 7 on the team. Marcus Wilson to the line where he's 0 for 2 this season.
Lafayette substitutions.
Lehigh now 7 of 7 from the stripe.
Number 20, E.J. Stevens, and number 23, Lucas Jarrett.
Mountain Hawks remain perfect. They're back within 3. You kind of get the feeling if Lehigh could ever take the lead, they might take off from that point. They just haven't been able to take the lead. Petrie.
And count it. No.
Take it away. It's a foul called on Jaworski. Actually on Petrie.
Number 21, Alex Petrie.
Setting the screen for the score. Let's see where it comes out.
Petrie took the shot. So how's the foul? And right there's the foul. The foul was called on Petrie. That's the wrong call. It's the right call. It's the wrong player.
That's the wrong player, yeah.
And the shot went in, and there's a block foul call on Jaworski, and he better be careful. And he just got teed up by Donnie Epley. Jaworski is going to pick up his 1st and 2nd personals. It'll be 10 team fouls on Lafayette, so Lehigh is in the double bonus the rest of the way.
A rough spell here. There's the penetration trying to draw the foul.
Cohen's arm was extended a bit.
Yeah, it's a judgment call. You let the viewers decide, but obviously the last 2 plays didn't bode well for Jaworski, and Justin decides to vent his emotions a tad.
Lefroy shooting the technical. That's the first miss for Lehigh, so the best they can do is tie, as they will have a 1-and-1 after this. Lefroy now 5 of 6 from the line. He's a guy who's seen a lot. Milestone game, Fran O'Hanlon 317, 382 coming in. You add tonight's result, that adds up to 700 decisions as Lafayette's head coach.
Now at the line
They lead the league, Patriot League in wins.
Cohen's shooting a 1-and-1 here.
1 and 1.
The foul on Cohen was the 9th team foul, so that's why it's a 1-and-1. The technical, which came after that common foul, pushes it to 10 team fouls, so it's a 1-and-1 for Cohen. Now they got it. They had it right the first time. Now they're going to change it to 2 shots. And Fran O'Hanlon's like, wait a minute. It might not matter. He makes the first anyway. You can see foul was number 9 is what Fran O'Hanlon was saying.
Right. Coach O'Hanlon's expressing his displeasure over there.
And we are tied again, our 4th tie of the night.
Now let's see now if the Leopards can respond. They've done a good job throughout the course of this game of reacting in a positive way each time Lehigh makes a run at him.
Foul on Wilson, his 2nd, 7th on the team. Lafayette to the line. When we come back to Stable Arena, 7:53 to play, half number 2, deadlocked at 65. Tonight's game presented by Northampton and Lehigh County Drug and Alcohol Administrations, reminding everyone that anyone can become addicted. Anyone. If you or anyone you know has a drug problem, call Lehigh County at 610-782-3555 or at Northampton County at 610-829-HELP. 7:53 to play. Lafayette will be heading to the line for a 1-and-1 in a 65-65 game. Leopards are 6 of 7 from the stripe. Paulus Jalise will head to the line. He's 2 for 2 tonight, 67% on the season.
At the line for Lafayette, number 33, Paulus Jalise, shooting 1 and 1.
13 points for the Lithuanian tonight. And he will put Lafayette back in front.
Get an opportunity now to shoot one more. We'll see what adjustments both coaches made during that timeout on offense and or defense.
If memory serves me correctly, Rich, all 4 times that Lehigh has tied the game, Lafayette has come down the next time and retaken the lead.
And that's a good sign that Leopards are willing to take the challenge and then react in a positive way when things don't go their way.
Lehigh in the second half has never had the ball with a chance to take the lead in a tie game situation. They were down 2, could have taken the lead with a 3.
There it is.
And there you go. Down 2, they take the lead for the first time since it was 4-3 as Marcus Wilson buries the 3-point shot.
And good rotation. Marcus Wilson gets the look and the finish.
Tough shot underneath for Jarrett.
Good rebound that time by Cohen.
4th lead change of the game. Andre gets some separation. 19 for the junior.
Coach Brett Reed there encouraging his players to tighten up on the defensive end as Fran O'Hanlon calls a timeout to talk some X's and O's with his players.
We'll keep it right here with 7:05 to play. First timeout used by the Leopards. Lehigh 5 for 6 from beyond the arc here in the second half, and Andre, you give him just a little bit of space and he's going to pull the trigger.
It's a nice soft touch from the perimeter, as you mentioned, and he's one of those scorers you want to get as many touches as you possibly can.
Marcus Wilson, 8 threes on the year coming in, shot that one from the left wing with a lot of confidence. That put Lehigh back in front. Now, if you're Fran O'Hanlon, you've been around this game for a long time as a coach and as a player. You've got a very young team, Rich. We've talked about the inexperience, the youth in his starting lineup. How do they respond after leading basically the entire way and all of a sudden you're down by 4?
Well, it's a repeat almost, Steve, of the Princeton game where they played so well, and in the last minute or two, everything kind of fell apart there, and they end up only losing by 2. It is a young basketball team, and now the discipline comes into play here in terms of making the right pass, the good decisions on the offense, and playing the hard-nosed defense. I'm sure Fran O'Hanlon has a lot of confidence in this young team because they've been getting better and better each time they take the court. And this is where the maturity now will show. If it's taking its hold, they're going to hold their own here and do the correct things both on offense and defense. A real challenge for a young basketball team.
It is the opening night of Patriot League play on the men's side. This is one of 3 games. Bucknell has closed the gap on Army, still trailing the Black Knights by 5 in the second half. And American 8 better than Boston University in the second half down in D.C. Lehigh has scored 13 of the last 15 points to take a 4-point lead.
See what adjustments, and again, good ball and player movement by the Leopards.
Petrie dumps it down low for Jalise. Skips one for Jarrett. Petrie with 4 to shoot. Nice move off the dribble.
Did a little ball fake, Steve, then he did the crossover and a little step back. Really challenged the defense to stay with him and got the open look.
13 for Petrie, showing why he was the Patriot League Rookie of the Year last season. Petrie out of Midlothian, Virginia. Wilson got himself in trouble, turned it over. 16th for Lehigh. Lafayette can roar back in front. Jaworski's been a little quiet.
Yes. Really got to tighten up on the defense now. Helping recovery's got to be there as well on a breakdown.
Petrie pulls up at the foul line, starting to feel it. Lafayette back in front.
Shooting the ball with a lot of confidence. 6'3" sophomore, averaging 13 points a game, and certainly playing like a senior rather than a sophomore.
Now with 15 in this one, 10 in the second half. Cohen lost the handle. Tried to save it in bounds. Lehigh will turn it over again.
Not the best offensive set for the Mountain Hawks.
Brett Reed wants a 30-second timeout with 5:39 to play. His team trailing by 1. So the answer to my question is that they responded very well.
I was just going to comment on that exactly, Steve, as you noted that Coach Fran O'Hanlon obviously played it out as we talked about in terms of their ability to adjust now in a situation when you're down and come back with a positive force, and they did with 2 good offensive sets.
I believe I said 15 turnovers for Lehigh, 13 for the Mountain Hawks, who return here to Stable Arena this Sunday afternoon, hosting Loyola at 2 o'clock. Don't miss out on all the excitement. Get your tickets now by logging on to LehighTickets.com or by calling the Lehigh ticket office if you can't make it here to Stable Arena. We've got all the action for you right here on Service Electric.
Leopards will put it in play, as you mentioned. Up 1 with 5:37. The clock will become a factor in a few more minutes, but right now, both teams looking to get solid possessions on the offensive end, and there's a miscue. Jalise thought he was going north, and Petrie thought he was going south. Obviously a turnover.
Lafayette was picked to finish 9th out of 10 teams in the preseason poll. Lehigh was the top dog. So the Leopards on the road trying to pull off a huge first night upset. Ten to shoot.
Pretty good defense by the Leopards.
Andre.
Good move.
He's fouled by Jalise, who will pick up his second. Pat Andre will head to the line where he is 2 for 2 tonight, leading all scorers with 19 points.
And Andre does a nice job of posting up, being a wide body in there, allowing the guards to give him that nice entry pass, and then he can work his low post moves.
Second double-double of the season for Andre, the 6th of his career. He will tie the game at 72.
Lehigh substitution number 0, Caleb Bennett.
5 ties, 5 lead changes. Lafayette's biggest lead, 10. Lehigh's biggest advantage, 4, just a couple of moments ago. And now it's 1.
Bennett in for now for Wilson for the Mountain Hawks, as the Leopards now will go to work on this end.
Lehigh now 13 of 14 from the line. Lots of time left in this one. Jarrett had the hot hand early, not this time. Tejada with a big rebound for the Mountain Hawks.
You got the scorers in there now for the Mountain Hawks.
Looking inside for Andre, and it's Jarrett with the foul from behind. That is his first. And Pat Andre will go right back to the line to shoot 2 in the double bonus.
I mentioned earlier, Andre does a great job of posting up inside. Jarrett getting caught from behind. He's a good pin and seal, causing him to foul. So Andre will get a chance now to shoot 2.
Psychology major out of Colts Neck, New Jersey. His dad, Tim, played at Notre Dame. 23 for the junior.
Gets 2 on the board, gives his team a 3-point spread now.
Jalise on Bennett. Some help lurking. He steps through the help and converts.
Created separation by that step through and a little fadeaway. Brings his team within 1.
Jalise coming in, averaging 8 points per game in his career. He's in his senior season. He has caught fire in the last 6 games, but Lafroy responds for Lehigh.
And there's that senior leadership talk about in the open. The young man taking full responsibility for creating offense off the dribble.
3-point game. Jalise finds Stevens. He ties the game. E.J. Stevens with his first 3 of the game.
I mentioned earlier, Fran O'Hanlon has to be happy with how his bench has responded this evening.
Tejada takes Jarrett to the hoop.
And the 6'2" senior showing you his ability to score off the dribble.
13 for Tejada. Lehigh by a bucket as we approach 3 minutes to play here at Stable Arena. Oh, nice
Great
cut by
pass.
Jaworski, and a beautiful pass results in a foul on Tejada. 1-1 for the Leopards, trying to tie when we come back. 3:04 to play, second half. 79-77 Lehigh. Lehigh holding a 2-point lead with free throws on the way for Lafayette. And big part of the comeback for the Mountain Hawks, Rich, here in the second half has been the play of the senior transfer, Lance Tejada.
6'2" senior showing you his offensive repertoire here. Good use of the bounce there. You're going to see coming in, stepping in rhythm as he buries a three. Nicely done. Now again, the dribble, the drive, in traffic. Nice little scoop, little layup for two more. Hesitation, crossover. Again, able to take a hit and still score as he puts up two more. Has done a nice job on the offensive end for the Mountain Hawks.
Tejada played a couple of years at East Carolina. He is a sociology major from Miramar, Florida, a senior class award nominee, one of two in the Patriot League. Justin Jaworski to the line. They're going to award him 2 shots.
We talked about him earlier, 24 for 27 coming into this evening's contest, 88%.
Not sure he was in the act of shooting on that bounce pass. Again, it might not and won't matter because he's so good from the line. It's 8 team fouls on Lehigh.
Missed the second.
So Lehigh stays in front. Just the second miss for Lafayette, third miss in the game. Both teams have shot the ball very well from all over the court.
Good cut.
Jamero Wilson, that's a bit of a flop, and he'll go to the line. It was inside the arc as well, as the foul will be on Suffren. That is his second. The freshman will shoot 2.
And you get a good look at it. Elbow was in, so good call by the official.
Can't hurt to try and buy one, though.
He worked on it.
Wilson, 85% from the line.
Number 21, Alex Petrie.
Trying to push the lead back to 3 with 2:49 to play. And Wilson will do that. He has a Patriot League Rookie of the Week award under his belt this year, as does Nick Lynch. We haven't seen him much tonight. Lynch, the forward from Seattle.
Really got to do a good job of protecting that arc.
Jalise got a lane, little Euro step.
Oh.
Guy from Lithuania can do that.
Nicely done.
19 for Jalise. He had 20 in the last game against Princeton. And averaging 8 points per game in his career. Andre just looked like, oh, I got nothing else to do. I'm going to take a shot, and it wasn't a good one.
Not the best offensive set for the Mountain Hawks, giving the Leopards a chance now to reclaim the lead.
Jalise on Wilson. Stevens, that's a tough shot. Andre gets a weak side rebound. Freshman, sophomores aplenty for Lafayette. That was Stevens, a sophomore, launching that jumper. Jalise nearly got the steal, but creates the turnover. He has been great tonight.
Really, as I said, most improved player for the Leopards down the stretch here in the non-league schedule. And he's showing why Coach Fran O'Hanlon praises his effort and energy each time he takes the court.
Averaging 13.4 points per game over the last 5. He has put 19 through tonight. Jaworski off the screen, not quiet anymore.
Sophomore answers with the big 3 ball from deep in the corner. Leopards looking for a stop now with 1:18 left.
It's our 7th lead change. 15 for Jaworski.
Mountain Hawks now have to take a good look at their offense, get the best shot out of it, be patient, keep your poise.
Tejada!
That's good decision-making on the part of the Mountain Hawks, getting Tejada a chance to look at it and knock it down from the arc.
10 in the half, 16 in the game for the senior. Our 8th lead change. Under a minute to go here at Stable Arena.
Try to get something going to the basket, and they do.
Jalise
But he
can't
can't
get it to fall.
Had to look. Made a nice move to get there.
Andre's 13th rebound, 2 shy of his career best. About an 11-second difference between the clocks, so Lafayette can afford to play defense here.
Yes.
Nine to shoot for Cohen.
Cohen's pretty good off the ball with the bounce, Steve.
Block and a foul. Donnie Epley with the call underneath.
We'll get a chance to see it. Perhaps I said Cohen's really good.
Foul was on E.J. Stevens, his 4th.
Cohen noted for his ability to create offense off the dribble there. They isolated him at the point, and the young man did a good job of beating his man and drawing the foul. So get an opportunity now to extend the lead.
He's been awful from the line this year, 82%. He's 91% in his career. And he struggles, misses the first one there. So it has not been the typical year at the line for Cohen.
Yeah, the door has been opened.
Now, was there a lane violation? There was a lane violation. Wow. So it's still 2 shots for Cohen. On the first shot of a 2-shot foul, they called a lane violation.
Wow.
Not sure what it was called on. Was it Jaworski walking in from the top of the key?
I think Framingham is confused too as to who violated it, but obviously it was called, and that now 2 points here. This could be a 3-point spread. And he does make it a 3-point spread. See if they play it out, or if Fran, being a young team, he's going to let them play through. They'll go for the 3 ball.
Jaworski hooks it back out. Petrie under pressure, off the iron, rebound Lehigh, game Lehigh. Fran O'Hanlon is irate at the officiating crew as they leave the floor. He walked down the bench to give them a piece of his mind as his team in his 700th game comes up short. Really gutty effort by both teams. If Lafayette plays like this all Patriot League season, they're not going to finish 9th.
I agree, Steve. They did a really good job tonight of being challenged by the Mountain Hawks in every facet of the game, and came down to who had the ball in the last closing 30 seconds and made the most of the offense, and this time the Mountain Hawks were able to secure the W.
On the other side for Lehigh, this is a really gritty win. They were down 10, couldn't get in front until late in the second half, and defensively they got just enough done down the stretch to secure a 3-point victory. Lehigh improves to 8-4 overall and now 1-0 in Patriot League play. Barry Sell has been our producer and director. The final score once again, Lehigh 86, Lafayette 83. For Rich Baxton, our entire Service Electric crew, Steve Degler saying so long from Stable Arena in Bethlehem. We'll talk to you again Sunday afternoon when the Mountain Hawks host Loyola.